Hello and welcome from Invincible Ink. Today we're going to teach you how to play The Botch Is Back, an expandalone for our crime 'em up card game, The Botch. You'll need players, at least 3. The whole game takes up to 12, and I recommend 5 to start. Next, some counters to track where the diamonds are and who has them. You can use matches, or counters, or whatever. Next, you'll need a way to track when people get hurt. I use poker chips, maybe you can turn the character card sideways. You're going to need a play area where people can hide their hands, stick them under the table, or maybe give everyone a small cloth as a shroud of mystery. With all that stuff together, shuffle up and deal out to each player one of each of the following roll cards, face down. The archivist, the bookie, the dancer, the douche, and the fixer. Then shuffle up and deal out the album, the brew, the railing, the sack, and the ticket. Everyone can look at their face down cards, but this is the only time of the game you can do that. Your roll card is locked to you once the game starts, and your item card is free to move. And boy howdy is it gonna move. Give everyone 2 diamonds to start with, and keep the rest nearby. We're going to start with the youngest player for playing the game, but if you want to roll dice or whatever to work out who goes first, that's fine. The first player on their first turn can only perform a swap. That is, they take their item card and the item card of another player, take them out of sight and return them to play. They don't get to look at the item, they don't get to look at the item they're swapping, and nobody gets to know exactly what they put back. Once you've done this swap, you can flip your roll card face up if it's an open roll, and then play passes to the next player, and then the next, until it gets around to you again. Now, once everyone's done their first swap, on your turn you can do one of 3 things. You can look at your item card, and that's the only way you can do that. You can swap your item card with someone else's, or you could do an action that's on one of your cards. That's all you need to know, right? Nice and simple. Except of course it's not. Your item card is face down. How does anyone know you have the item that you say you have? You lie, of course. As long as nobody knows what your item is, you can say it's whatever and that'll work, as long as people believe you. Here's what happens when you say you want to use a card's ability. You say what the card is and what you're using it for. Let's say you want to use the album to take a diamond from a player who's got the least. When you declare that, everyone at the table has to decide if they believe you. But they don't just get to say, no, you don't have the album. They have to say, you don't have the album because I have the album. Then you're in a bluff. You and the player calling your bluff reveal your items at the same time, and one of the following 3 things winds up being true. First, you are lying. They have the item, you don't have the item. You pay a diamond into the bank if you have one, they flip their card face down, your turn ends, and you don't get what you were trying to do. Your card is now revealed. Second, maybe they were lying. They put a diamond into the bank, you both flip your cards face down, and your turn continues as normal. Third, you were both lying. You both pay a diamond into the bank. They flip their card face down again, and yours stays face up, and it's revealed. Being revealed is really dangerous. See, when you're revealed, you can't flip your card down again yourself, and you can't swap it. If someone else swaps it off you, they can take the card, flip it down, and do a swap as normal. And you may have to bribe someone to do that if you want to get back into the hidden information game. The bank isn't where the diamonds come from. It's an extra zone where the diamonds from bluffs go. Some cards let you steal from the bank, so keep this area separate from other diamonds. You can win the game if you have 10 diamonds or if everyone at the table is dead. Or if you have some special card that gives you a new way to win the game. Normally, winning the game is its own action. So when you're on 10 diamonds, you say, I win the game. Then flip over your item and your roll, if it's hidden. If you're right and nothing on your cards changes that, you win. All this diamond hunting can get really stressful, so why not just try taking out some of the competition? If you get hurt, mark it on your card somehow. You can be hurt once and you're fine, but when you get hurt a second time, you're out of the game. Your items disappear, your diamonds go, you are out, because there's not a lot of room on a ferry to hide a body. Some cards let you recover. If you recover, you dismiss all of your hurt. Most of the time this means getting rid of one hurt marker, but for some characters, you can recover both of them at once. Some items let you threaten people. To threaten, you tell someone, I'm threatening you, and then you tell them with what? Let's say in this time, the brick. This is just like an action, so someone can try and call your bluff at this point, and that plays out as normal. But, assuming it doesn't, your victim now has 2 choices. They can give you a diamond to pay you off, or they can say they don't believe you and make you flip your card. If you flip your card, and it's what you said it was, then you get 2 diamonds from them, and if it's a weapon, you hurt them. If you were lying though, you put a diamond in the bank and your turn ends. Some cards let you stash. Stashing is an action that keeps your diamonds safe. To stash a diamond, you put it on the card that lets you stash it. Some rolls do it, but mostly it's items. When you stash diamonds, they're considered hidden. You still have them, and some cards even count the diamonds stashed on them, but anyone who threatens you can't access them. So if all your diamonds are stashed and someone threatens you, you have no diamonds to give them. Sorry. Stashing is risky though. When you lose a card with diamonds stashed on it, you lose those diamonds too. They don't go to the person who took the item either, they just go away. So be very careful about your stashing. Finally, hidden rolls. Some character cards in the advanced game are hidden rolls, which means that when you play with them, you don't flip them up after the first turn. If someone at the table has a hidden roll, you can use an action to try and guess who they are. You tell the table who you think they are, you pay that player a diamond, and then you ask to see their roll card. They hand it over, and you look at it privately. If you guessed wrong, you just hand it back face down. If you guessed right, you can also hand it back face down, or you can flip it up. It's up to you. They do keep the diamond though, and that's all you need to know how to play The Botch Is Back. The ferry ride isn't that long, so you gotta make the diamonds while you can. Have fun!